Hey, today is Friday, October 16th, 2020, and this is the Pro and Con Show, and I'm your host, Michael James Ott, and as always, welcome to the show. So, the point of the show, again, is I'm trying to encourage all of us to be better citizens and to focus on the truth, which is the factual truth, the who, the what, the where, and the when. Put aside all of the rhetoric and propaganda and stuff that reaches our eyes and be better citizens, to try to understand, walk in the shoes. I did a show on To Kill a Mockingbird, and the emphasis in that story plot line of walking in the shoes of other people, to put yourself in their shoes for a period of time to understand their perspective. And this is important because we're all in this together, and whatever you think, or whatever religious basis you have, or whatever color of skin, or wherever you were born, or your background, your heritage, all those kinds of things, whatever, we're all in this together. There's almost 340 million people in this country, and it's us. Okay, we are the people, and we have to govern in a way that makes sense, at least on the whole, on the average, to all of us. And we can do that because as I've said many times before, we're centrists. Most of us are centrists, and some of us are literally centrists, and some of us lean a little bit left, some of us lean a little bit right. But the reality is that we're centrists, and there's plenty of common ground. We just have to not allow ourselves to be manipulated by primarily the people that run our political parties and their associated agents that are acting to try to divide us, to form us into tribes. Anyway, so today's show is called 900% Match. Now, I've talked in the past shows about how I'm a 59-year-old white man, and because of that, I guess Mr. Trump's campaign thinks that I am absolutely a certain potential voter for him. And so I get these emails all the time, and I've mentioned that I some hours I get them every 6 minutes, on some hours during the day, and they come 24 hours a day, constant. And so some couple months ago, they did a 250% match and a 300% match, and then it was 500% match, and then it was 600% match. Now, I did a show also that says that it's probably not really real. It's some kind of marketing ploy or something like that, because there are really serious constraints on who can give to political campaigns and how much they can give. And this thing where if I get a donor like me, just an average person donor, and they donate $25 or $50 or something, that there's someone in the wings that said, okay, I'm not going to actually donate $2,500 right now. I'm going to hold off, and as you get donors, then I'll match them at some ratio. And they would have to have hundreds of thousands of people in this category, and it's just not very likely at all. So and now as the election has gotten nearer and nearer to the November 3rd election date, and the polls continue to show that if anything, on average, over the course of the last months, Mr. Trump's probability of winning the election have gotten mostly consistently worse. There's been up and down days, but mostly the trend has been toward him not very likely winning this election, and it's getting more and more likely that he won't. Excuse me. And then he's been spending heavily on television advertising, of course, all these attack ads that these campaigns spend. And so he's spent well over $1 billion. His campaign has spent well over $1 billion. By the way, none of that Donald Trump's money. Donald Trump has not, he does not contribute to his own campaign. Okay, didn't in 2016. He's not doing it now because he's wanting to spend your money, not his. Okay. Anyway, so now. The latest thing is, so we went to, here, let me show you this. So this is an example. This is part of one of the emails that I have received. There we go. Okay. And like I say, I get these emails on a very regular basis. Some hours, it's literally like every 5 or 6 minutes. And now exclusive, and of course they're always exclusive. So a few months ago it was exclusively a 400% match, and then it was exclusively 500% match. And I just don't, I look at this and it's like, okay, this is obviously farcical, okay? And I hope that most people that are getting this, it's dawned on them by now that this just doesn't make sense, and these are the actions of someone that's actually quite desperate. But so they've gone from, I think originally it was like 250%, maybe it was 200%. I think some of the very first emails were 200%, and now we're all the way up to 900% matching funds. And it'll be interesting, actually. I wonder how high it will go. So there's less than 3 weeks before the election. So 1,500%? What do you think? We'll revisit that. Let's see what the emails. I'm thinking he's going to be promising like 1,500% match. The day before the election and the day of the election. Yeah, I think it's going to be something like that. And of course, all of it, all the big money, the billions of dollars. His campaign is going to spend, I don't know, $1.4 billion or $1.3 billion raised from individuals mostly, but also lots of larger contributors and stuff like that. But a ton of money and all kinds of attack ads on the air, and then for what? And the Biden campaign will probably do something similar, $1 billion or more spent. Amazing and so wrong. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? It's so wrong. It's so wrong that all of these billions of dollars are being spent to try to sway the day for you. And the unfortunate thing is, where are those billions of dollars coming from? Well, some of them, a bunch of it, sure, maybe even 60 or 70% of it is coming from small donors. But then a big part of it is coming from special interests and, so-called mega donors that are giving to the campaign in a much bigger way. And we need to fix all of that, and we can. Again, Citizen Statesman. Get away. Keep pinging. Citizen Statesman. We get rid of the political parties. We set up our centralized system. We make sure it's secure. We cast a wide net and get some random people as pool members, candidate pool members, and then step by step. Through interviews and gathering information on them, we bang, 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 we get to a place where we have way better candidates than Mr. Trump or Mr. Biden or the previous presidents or their people that ran against them. I guarantee you that you or one of your neighbors or relatives or whatever would do a much better job as president of the United States for a 3-year period. You just go and you serve your term, okay? Just like jury duty. So it's coming. Citizen statesmen will come someday. I'm absolutely certain that it will come. The question is when. Just how many, we've already gone through a couple of centuries of this thing with the political parties and stuff like that. And now for sure, with the advent of the internet and computers and the various hardware, the bio reading hardware, face recognition, thumbprint, fingerprint recognition, it's all over the place. And we can put these elements that are widely available together to build a system that fundamentally provides the platform that all of us can use to get the information about these candidates, and also make sure it's secure and get rid of all of this big spending and stuff like that associated with political campaigns. And yeah, politics, the election system is going to get more boring, okay, for sure. But that's the thing about government, is it's supposed to be boring. It's supposed to be, consistently taking care of the people that it governs. And when it's doing its job well, things are calm, and the vision and the strategies and stuff are consistent, and they're effective, and people are happy. That's how great government works. And when it's in chaos and turmoil, and we can never seem to solve our problems and all this other stuff, that's how government doesn't work, and that's how we've been for decades now. It's time to fix it. All right, so for the Pro and Con Show, my name is Michael James Ott, and until the next show, bye for now.